Hello all you awesome people. We got ourselves a very exciting console mod drop today with the Artificer mod finally being available on console. This is one of the most highly requested class mods. There's 10 new mods in the mod manager now, so I'll be going over all of them in this video, but the Artificer really is the most exciting of them with 4 different subclasses, which I'll feature in this video. Now, here it is by Echo0000. They also create a Worm Swarm modded class that I really enjoy as well, so we'll hopefully see that one come to console as well. But hey, we did it. We finally got the Artificer, which is an intelligence-based class with, you got the Artillerist, the Armorer, the Battlesmith, and the Alchemist. 4 different subclasses. They all play very differently, and it's a lot of fun, but we'll be covering this in a little bit more detail in a moment. I also want to show off the other mods that we got, such as the Shadow Heart Hair Replacer, which gives you this fancy updo here. It's the Ringmaster hair, so if you want to change out Shadow Heart's hair, get rid of the bangs, you can now do this with this mod. So there's a nice little change. We also got ourselves more Mask Gith heads. So if you're someone that plays as a Gith, unfortunately, if you have the Origin Mirror mod, you can't actually change Lae'zel's face to any of these, but this is good if you want to run with a Gith playthrough, because there's a bunch of different faces here. So hey, the more faces the better. Hopefully we'll get some that a lot of people want to see. I do know that Vampirion's head mod, the one that I typically use for all my characters, is being made for console, so, or being made for mod.io, so it potentially could come to console. We'll just have to wait and see. So I guess that is something that will be potentially coming. We also got ourselves Caitlyn's head, which is another head mod. As you can see here, it's pretty decent, although it does have issues. There's even people saying PS5 froze with this mod. It could potentially freeze your game or crash it, unfortunately. I wasn't even able to download this on PC, so I'm not sure if others are having the same issue. Sometimes these issues aren't really widespread. Some people just have the issues with them, but yeah, unfortunately, I can't use it, so I just have Vampirion's head mod here. But yeah, you might not want to download this until more people test it out. Maybe it will cause crashes, who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. We also got ourselves a Mishka Comes to Camp. So this is a mod that allows Mishka to come as an additional camp animal. So for those that don't know, this is a cat that you can find in Act 3, and it'll ask you, me murmur. That's my best impression of it. It talks really funny and meows at you. What's nice about this mod is it can just roam around camp, similar to how Scratch roams around, so you do have to find it. It's near the Sorceress Sundries in Act 3, so it is relatively easy to find just north of that. So go and recruit it. However, if you do give this cat to Balin's wife, if he ends up dying in Act 1, you unfortunately can't get this cat back. So they say they don't want to remove this cat from an old lady. I don't blame them, so don't give this cat away. There's other cats you can give away, but Mishka will come to camp. Pretty funny mod. We also got ourselves a very nice quality of life with Longstrider quality of life. This basically casts it on all creatures within 15 meters, so it'll buff your entire party. I love this mod because it just saves you from having to cast it on everyone. Basically, it'll just apply Longstrider in a huge area of effect, and as a nice added bonus, this will last until long rest. So it's permanent. You just apply this, and yeah, then you're good to go. We also got ourselves the Midas Touch free gold mod, which just allows you to get a free cantrip that applies gold of you get 20 camp supplies and 10,000 gold. So this is nice, I guess. There's also the Cheater's Ring that does the same thing. There are a few mods this drop that do mimic some of the other mods we've already got. So I guess one in particular here is the Unlimited Dying. We already got a mod that does this on console, but they added another. I saw some people were upset over that, but hey, I mean, we did get the Artificer today, so that's really nice. And also Sorcerer Weapons Enhanced. I can't remember if this was added or not. I know there's 10 of them. I think there's either some duplicates or this one got added. Basically giving a nice bonus of +2 to the Sorcerer weapons and increasing the Constitution saving difficulty challenge from 12 to 15. And then I also can't remember if this one was added or not by the Jerinski's Heads for Short Lads. So this one gives a bunch of different short faces for short races. So that's awesome. But the big focus here is the Artificer. With this class mod, we get the ability to play as 4 different subclasses. You could do a full party of different Artificers, and they're all going to play very differently. Now, this mod, there is a version on Nexus Mods that I've been using for a while. This one has actually its subclass at level 1. So whenever we go and pick it, this is the icon here. Again, made by Echo0000. And we got ourselves a bunch of different cantrips here. So a nice selection, and it's the cantrips that you'd get as playing as a Artificer, so you don't get some of the other ones like I guess it focuses mostly on Firebolt, Shocking Grasp, Ray of Frost, Acid Splash, and then we also got ourselves Poison Spray and Thorn Whip. It's nice. It doesn't have currently any enhancements for using the Mistress spell mod, but maybe down the road we shall see that. Also got guidance like Magic Stone here, which will imbue a stone with magic, dealing 1 to 6 bludgeoning damage when thrown. And yeah, we got some good choices here. We also got ourselves spells. It does have a nice blend, so it has some that like the Bard would get, and I guess if you played any Dungeons and Dragons with the Artificer, you'll know these well. I really enjoy that you get Shield and Magic Missile here. Those are two very powerful spells, and yeah, you get the ability to defend yourself. So you also get infusements. Now this is where this class starts to branch out and become its own unique thing. So you got like Armor of Magical Strength, Strength saving throws and checks receiving Intelligence modifier. This will give Dexterity checks your Intelligence modifier. Enhanced Arcane Focus, which will give a +1 to spell attack rolls and a +10, or at level 10 it gets a +2. This gives a +1 to your armor class, and at level 10 gives a +2. This one of my favorites, obviously very strong to get a higher armor class. This one will give you a weapon attack and ranged weapon attack rolls +1, and then at level 10, level 2 adds homing to a weapon. So that's a pretty cool ability to just add homing. And then also we got ourselves gain advantage on concentration, which can be very beneficial too, especially early on in the game when you're less likely to hold concentration on spells. So we can add these here, and then 4 subclasses. Alchemist, create an alchemical potion or bomb, and then replicate magic item. You can create magic items and they last until long rest. The Armorer, this is a cool one, getting the Thunder Gauntlets, giving your melee attacks 1 to 4 thunder damage and a chance to inflict compelled to duel. And then also we got the Lightning Launcher, which gives our ranged weapons 1 to 4 lightning damage and have a chance to inflict shock. In addition, we get Resistance Armor. You can gain a resistance to an elemental damage type of your choice. There's a lot to love with this one. I think the Armor is one of the best tanks in the game. Almost gives you like an Iron Man style of build. It's really fun. The Artillerist, this is a cool one. You also get the Eldritch Cannon, so you can choose to summon your Eldritch Cannon or attach it to your ranged weapon. Basically giving yourself the ability to do 2 attacks with bonus action. Or that's this one here, the repeating shot. Shoot twice, and then this one gives us the Eldritch Cannon. And then the Battlesmith, this is my favorite one. It gives you the Steel Defender, so you can invoke a Steel Defender using your Arcane Jolt charges. And you gain Alert Feat, which is obviously really strong. This is a the Helm of Awareness, so you got to use your infusion slots to get this, and it lasts until long rest. Alert gives you a +5 to initiative, so you want to pop that up as much as before combat, because you can't change your initiative after combat. And with this, instead of Dexterity modifier, the Battlesmith adds its ability, spellcasting ability, which is Intelligence, to attack rolls. So basically like Pact of the Blade. Very interesting. So you got 4 distinctive ones. They also show off the Artillerist here, so you may have to set the ability scores, and they do give you a +3 bonus, so you can get your intelligence up to 18 right at the start. This is to mitigate some of the changes from 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons that you can't currently do in Baldur's Gate 3. But you can see here we got ourselves like the Eldritch Cannon, so you can Eldritch Pistol, or to summon the Eldritch Cannon, you can pop that down. You can see there it looks like the Arcane Shooters. These are annoying in the Sorcerer's Sundries. But you can also give yourself the attached Eldritch Cannon to your weapon, and this will give it additional 1 to 6 force. So you can give yourself the Eldritch Cannon, as you can see here on our bow, it gives us 1d6 of force damage. Pretty cool. We used up our Arcane Jolt charges, but I'll just show you a bit of the build here, because this is a really fun one. I enjoyed this class very much, and you do get a good selection of spells again, but you also get some inventions here, so a lot of choice. After a short rest, your arcane reserves are restoring 1 infusion to fuel your magical creations, so you get that back on short rest. This, when you have an infusement, you can cast a spell with infusement at the start of turn of combat with using the infusement, so every battle you get a free infusement. At the start of combat, you turn vulnerable to force, lightning, and thunder, and after you receive that damage type, you become immune to it for the rest of combat. This is an interesting one, because lightning damage can be quite devastating. Actually, all 3 of them can be devastating, but being able to block that damage type and become immune to it is huge. Arcane Insight, gain advantage on intelligence saving throw and a skill check. Pocket Stone, cast Magic Stone at the start of every turn, which is kind of a cool little bonus. Once per turn, when you land a critical hit, a surge of arcane energy restores 1 Arcane Jolt. So, yeah, every single critical you can get a Arcane Jolt. This is a really effective one. Arcane Dynamo, so your connection to Arcane Pulse with regularity, restoring 1 Arcane Jolt every 3 turns while in combat, further enhancing your ability to use some of these effects. After short rest, your arcane reserves are replenished, restoring 1 Arcane Jolt to fuel your magical inventions. Potion of Mastery, you can brew 2 alchemical solutions instead of 1 if you succeed a 15 DC medicine check, similar to the Wizard subclass. Quick Toss, you can use Throw using a bonus action. That's great for the Alchemist. When you have Arcane Jolt, you can cast an experimental elixir at the start of the combo without using Arcane Jolt. Reactive Shield. If hit from the spell, it needs a dex save. You can use your shield to have or negate the damage. Very nice. If you disengage and hide at the start of turn, if you're flanked, gain Arcane Synergy for 3 turns after taking out an enemy. Repeating Burst. Restore Arcane Jolt after hitting the same enemy for 3 repeating shots. We also got Arcane Precision. Add Intelligence modifier to range attack rolls. After you crit, mechanical summons close to 18 meters of you also crit. So obviously that's for if you wanted to use like the Arcane Blaster or also the Battlesmith. Tactical Aid, you can cast Help for free. And then hide all enemies within 9 meters as an action. That's pretty cool. So a bunch of different effects here that further enhance your combat abilities. And there's also fast thinking, which gives you 1 reaction extra. Pretty nice. And as you level up, you get your Arcane Jolt charges, right tools for the job at level 4 or level 3, which allows you to summon a trap disarming kit, thieves tools, shovel, or a bottle of water, and disappears after 5 turns as a bonus action. So nice if you need it. And then you can see here we get your spells deal additional 1d4 of damage, and your ranged weapon attacks deal additional 1 damage. So that obviously scales up too. For level 2 spells, you get some really nice ones like Scorching Ray. Also, Mirror Image can be effective as well for dealing damage. And then also Shatter too. Proficiencies, you can choose different proficiencies in martial weapons or types of armor, it says there. So you can get like hand crossbows if you wanted that, or shields, but it's already selected there. So that's a nice little bonus you can add to your character. And at level 4, we get ourselves some more spells, and we get ourselves a feat and 2 more infusements. These do increase as we continue to go up in level, which I'll show off in a moment here. At level 5, we get a nice power spike, as all classes really do. You gain 1 infusement point for long rest, 1 extra Arcane Jolt, and Flash of Genius. When you fail a saving throw, you can add your intelligence modifier. We also get you can use your repeating shot with bonus action in Arcane Jolt. So that becomes pretty strong. Bonus action just allows us to attack even more. And then you can even add in the Rogue Thief at this point. And also cantrips will scale up at level 5 too, so that's nice. This will show off the Long Shredder buff as well. Just take that. Level 6, we get our 2 inventions here. Those get level 3 spells at level 6, so you got things like Fireball and Conjure Barrage, very effective. And then more infusements. You can create a level 3 spell slot. Once per combat, you can reflect any ranged attack for 3 turns. Add a +1 to weapon roll and 1d4 radiant damage. And once per combat, you can cast Misty Step. So it's really good options there. There's different ones depending on what subclass you choose. And again, we got all of the different inventions here. It further enhances how you can build out this character. At level 7, you get the Elemental Infusement, so you can add a 1d4 of your to a damage type, and you use an Arcane Jolt with no action required. Really nice. You also get like Lightning Bolt, Glyph of Warding, which is pretty strong. So this class does balance the line between a spellcaster and a melee attacker. You get level 4 spells here at level 8, and the ever famous Haste as well. And then also continuing with your choices there. So there's a lot of things to love with the Artificer class. Being able to spellcast and also ranged weapon attack is always a ton of fun. So I really enjoy any class like this, and the Artificer is like the OG of this. And you can see here we got ourselves Cone of Cold. So you get some very powerful spells as we continue to level up, continue to get more inventions here. So again, the builds are they're varied. You can choose a bunch of different options, make it build however you want. And you're going to see here we got only level 5 spells in the moment. Another proficiency, and then once we get to level 12 here, we do got, I guess it is just level 5 spells depending on what subclass you pick. So different choices for different classes. It's pretty fun though. What I like about this is all the build variations. So I will be posting further builds on the Artificer here. So just wanted to cover this because I know a lot of people want to see something like this, as this is probably the most requested subclass. Here we also got the Long Shredder, which you can see. For some reason this Long Shredder doesn't benefit like the other ones do. It's strange, but yeah, we got ourselves a bunch of cool effects with this class, reflecting combat or reflecting attacks and everything. So very fun. You can also hide the whole party. Well, I guess we'll apply that. Hiding successful. Minsk almost fell over. That's a cool mod drop though. Just wanted to cover this because I know a lot of people are waiting for the Artificer, and it's now finally here. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. Appreciate all the support, guys. I hope you have an incredible day, and I'll see you all in the next video.